What is going on YouTube? Hannah Mac making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. Specifically in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the everlasting, very interesting trend that is forming on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Specifically XRP and Bitcoin, we're starting to see us retest our massive resistance level forming on these cryptocurrencies. The price has finally dropped just a couple of days ago, and now we are getting back at a newer level, at a newer price point, retesting the same resistance that has been on the market for a couple of years, and we're retesting it once again to try to break through. Ultimately, we have to see in today's episode if that is even a possibility moving forward, and if we can actually break through it. As you guys can see now on the Bitcoin chart, as I zoom in, we are now once again retesting that top resistance, and we have to figure out whether or not it is going to hold well on the cryptocurrency. So that is what we're going to be looking at, whether or not these are going to break bullish, shoot us up to, obnoxious levels, high as $15,000, $20,000, or are we going to break and fall all the way down to $8,000, $7,000, $6,000, $5,000? Those questions will be answered in today's episode. So if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This helps out the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you could just DM me over there. Also, make sure to participate in the giveaway that is on the screen right now. It is a link in the description for the Crypto Influencers $200 Bitcoin giveaway. You got to be in it to win it. Over 1,000 people have entered, so it's pretty awesome. Ends in literally just 2 weeks, so definitely make sure to sign up down below. Enter that, up to 7 ways to enter. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we jump into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Bosagora. As you guys know on the channel, every so often we do like to talk about some other cryptocurrencies and kind of stray away from the top, 3 to 5 cryptocurrencies that we look at, which is Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, those top 4 that we usually discuss, but every now and then we do like to look at some other altcoins that may have some future potential into investing into, or at least putting our nose into and kind of figuring out exactly what's going on here. So basically, Bosagora reached out to me and they came up with a pretty ingenious platform that I would like to share with you. Not only that, they are also traded on the current coin market cap. They're on the current coin market cap, and they're on a couple of exchanges that I'd like to share with you guys. So first, I do have some information that I do want to share with you guys. So to start, they are the very first ICO in South Korea. I do have their website pulled up behind me, as you guys can see, and they do have a global team from all around the world. So it's not fully directed in South Korea. They have people all over the world that do help to make Bosagora what it is. And there is a pretty cool, thing that they do discuss. They also do have a vision and mission statement that I do want to share with you guys in a little bit. And they also aim to establish a decentralized, censorship-resistant blockchain platform where stakers or part of a Congress can decide on what projects to support through a democratic decision-making system, which is pretty cool. So Bosagora pursues the goals of democracy, legitimacy, fairness, transparency, as well as efficiency. And they use this to basically create a form of, like they said, Congress, where they can vote, analyze, and discuss other, projects to be pushed through, which is pretty cool. So Bosagora operates on using Votera, the deliberative, decentralized decision-making platform, which will be used by the stakeholders to make the choices together. By leveraging the power of Votera, user privacy and eligibility can be, ensured. So it goes through a couple of stages. First, it goes through authentication, then it goes to filter, proposal, and then discussion and feedback, through then panel scoring, vote execution, and then eventually audit and review, which is pretty cool. There's also a couple of key features that they do have on their website and throughout Bosagora as a whole. They have a full node POS, Congress function, they have commons budgets, they have a flash layer, and an open membership. What's pretty cool about Bosagora is if they know that your project could be, or they see value in your project, they can also invest or sponsor your project to push it to farther levels, which is also pretty interesting. All of this is linked in the description. I will have the link to Bosagora in the description down below. And then for future businesses, it does have, like I said, a project enabler driven by a commons budget, which is pretty cool. They do do have various businesses as well. And basically, they're a robust and strong crypto project, and they are listed, on the current coin market cap, and they have shown some of the highest growth in 2019 of last year. So not only that, I do want to show you guys really quickly what they look like on the current coin market cap as well as on their website. You can see right here, where is it, the current coin market cap, they are rank 187. They're trading at 0.064 or a little over 6 cents. They have a fairly big market cap of $18 million, which is still a lot of money to be in just one currency if you really think about it. And some of their market pairs and the exchanges that they're on is Bittrex, Bitum or Bitum, however you want to call it, GDAC, FatBTC, Coinbean. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing these wrong, but they're on quite a bit of other exchanges, which is pretty cool. And then when I show you guys their website, you can see right here they do have the complete white paper, which is also great when you are looking into a legitimate company and source. They have a community also on Telegram. I believe they have over 200 Telegram people that have joined, which is pretty incredible because I do know it takes a lot of time and effort to make one of these. As you can see right here, their Telegram group, very simple. This website will be posted. They actually have this is either 1,570 or 570 members, which is still an incredible amount to have in a Telegram group. But all of this is linked on the Bosagora website, which I will have in the description down below. They have a video which does show that I have been playing in the background if you haven't noticed, as well as some of their news, as well as what exactly Bosagora is, some of the things that I have discussed in the video already. And if you guys really just want to understand and figure out what exactly Bosagora is to the fullest, everything is linked here. They do have the technology, they have their team, which they discuss, as well as their community. So you have the technology part right here, documentation. They have a team, which will be shown. And then lastly, I would like to show you guys their community. Everything is basically shown here, and they're from all over the world, which is pretty crazy. They're very transparent and open, which is something that we look for if you wanted to invest in a company. But you can also trade around with their coin and just help fuel their community just by investing in the currency itself, BOA. But otherwise, guys, that is going to be it. A huge shout out once again to Bosagora for sponsoring today's video. There is a link in the description. Otherwise, let's jump into the rest of today's video. So as you guys can see, we are on my YouTube channel. Yesterday's video, we discussed a very interesting move, basically referring to the possibilities of the price, which is at a level right here, correcting lower and pulling us down to its moving average on its daily. I believe we were looking at Bitcoin on this chart, or even XRP, one of the two. But ultimately, we had to figure out whether or not it was going to correct and swing lower, retest its bottom, and then will we see sideways trading and eventually break bullish from that? So to scale us back, as you guys know, the current coin market cap, we're starting to see a lot of kind of iffy trades right now. You can see, yes, we did see a dip in yesterday's, or a couple of days ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, in the price. But ultimately, we've climbed back up out of that hole right now, out of that trench, and we're trading sideways. We're doing the same thing we've been doing practically the entire week. This isn't necessarily a good thing. As we know, with sideways trading comes uncertainty in the market, comes unnecessary feelings of emotion, people getting ready, amped up. Big volume is ultimately coming for this coin. And I'll start with XRP because I usually don't, but XRP is now retesting its massive 3-year resistance. And let me leave this here for you guys just to reference. As you guys can see on the current price, or you'll notice, if I just left this here as a new beginner or as a novice or as a long-term trader, when you look at a chart like this, what is it that you see? What is it that you are noticing? Well, to start, if I compare this to the Bitcoin chart and I pull this up and I show you the weekly chart, you'll see a difference, a very big difference in the way the price is forming. So look at XRP and then look at Bitcoin. So to start, XRP has had a flat bottom downtrend starting all the way back in late 2017 into the rest of 2020. Notice we have a bottom support flatlined out closer to, I'd say 17 cents, which we're currently battling, or closer to 13 cents. You'll also notice a downtrend that has had a negative return on investment every year. But when you look at Bitcoin's chart, as a worthy long-term investment, it is setting higher lows, First one being close to 1,000, second one being close to 32, third one being close to 5. The next one probably going to be close to 6 at point E. We also have lower highs. First at 15, then 12, then 9 or 10, and then 98. So 10 and then 98. There's a very high chance D is going to hit E, but ultimately this is setting a positive return on investment every year. What you have to take into consideration is look at how the volume is moving. Look at how the price level is slowly coming to a halt. And notice the past, and as we know, these are our weekly candles, since April, May, June, we have been flatlined out, trading sideways in between the gap here. Ultimately going to decide which direction this coin wants to move to. Is it going to break bearish, collapse and correct back down to its bottom support all the way down to 14 cents, which is a newly retested, all-time low since all the way back in 2017 in July. It's been ultimately 3 years. You'll see we've retested that for the first time back in March, and we haven't been to that level since July. So there's a very big chance we could see another correction in price. And as we know, if Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrencies lead us to it, and we start to see Bitcoin head down, pull us down to 77, pull us down to 6,000, as we slowly approach that, with all the volume getting drained, or all the volume coming in and all the money getting drained out, there's a very high chance XRP is going to dip down to 14 cents just as quickly. So keep a very close eye on this. It is a huge opportunity to short these movements. We've discussed this on Patreon. You guys are killing it on Patreon. You've discussed it on DueDEX. DueDEX is a great opportunity to do such. Sorry, let me correct that. Boom, just like that. It got a little messed up from what I did earlier. But you can see there's a very high chance as we get retested here, we're going to drop bottom and correct lower. For Bitcoin too, Bitcoin hitting its resistance at its daily, very high chance we're going to see that same correction happen as we start to head lower. Ultimately, you can see on the daily, we're getting retested right now. We're hitting this resistance. Is it going to hold? Very tough. You can see moving average has once again come back down to 50 on the RSI. There's a very high chance as we're going to see that this is going to form some sort of sideways consolidation. We're going to see the uncertainty as we're seeing now. We could get rejected very quickly, and we could blow all the way down to the bottom extremely fast. Otherwise, for the other cryptos, Litecoin trading sideways right now, slowly losing its uncertainty or starting to create more uncertainty. Good chance it needs to just fill this gap, but it could cause for a drop down to 38 first. Bitcoin hitting its resistance as we know. Ethereum slowly climbing back up. Probably going to get closer to its resistance, closer to 250, and then anticipate the drop very similar to Bitcoin. So with that being said, there's probably just a couple of days left with the consolidation. I'd say at most less than 2 weeks, and then we'll figure out what exactly happens. At least that's specifically on Ethereum. And then lastly, XRP hitting its resistance, probably going to end in some sort of correction to the downside. You guys know about DueDEX. We'll discuss this more in tomorrow's video. Otherwise, once again, huge shout out to Bosagora for sponsoring today's video. Definitely make sure to take part in the Crypto Influencers giveaway. This way, you got to be in it to win it. It is down in the description below. Totally free to enter. Definitely check it out. And make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. And I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.